Hello, SNA assassinators. And yeah, I'm back here with the second clip of the SmackDown review video. I understand why it just went out like that. I'm not even past my limit. But no matter. I'm back here. I made a second clip of the video. And that's what I was saying during the Naomi and Bailey versus Nia and Tiffany match, which whoever wins, whoever wins on the babyface side, gets a guaranteed shot at Nia's championship, while whoever loses between them also whoever loses has to leave SmackDown. Why say lose? Have to leave SmackDown permanently and probably move to Raw. And I was thinking maybe Tiffany Stratton could still get a win. Lose here and takes the pinfall to someone like Naomi, but that did not happen at all. WWE definitely surprise me once again, like if they're Britney Spears, and make sure that they make this unpredictable as much as possible, like when I predict something on my podcast videos. But yeah, anyway, this is where Naomi and Bailey did not waste no time. As soon as they got in the ring, they just went and immediately and took down both Tiffy and Nia. And this is where we saw a pretty cool double team spot, both with Naomi and Bailey, hitting a double running bulldog right face first, right to the bottom left side onto Tina the turnbuckle. This is where we got Tiffany Stratton trying to come in there, but they go for a double leg swift kick right to the midsection. But this is where we got Tiffany went straight up right onto the Bailey side. This is where Bailey hits that twisting jawbreaker maneuver that she does. That's kind of like a cutter right on the middle rope. While Naomi hits that springboard pile driver, driven face first on the respective aprons. This is where the Naomi and Nia Jackson. Then Naomi and Bailey hit the double clothesline right onto Nia and both Nia, and they try to go for a double pin with them looking at each other diagonally. Whoever wins that gets the whoever gets the pin, they have to get a. They get it. They have to get a pin. Either Nia or Tiffany to get a shot at the women's championship. And on this match, they were trying to do the best they can. I was like, maybe they're gonna be at maybe we could see a tie with them pinning Tiffany with still making Nia a credible threat. Even if she does take a pin, she still looked very credible. So it probably didn't even matter. But at the same time, it looked like that we teased that Tiffany could leave SmackDown, but she could easily benefit off of going to Raw. But on the other hand, they've been doing a really good job booking Tiffany is the right hand woman for Nia as the queen of the ring in SmackDown. It's just that you just cannot see her leaving the brand altogether, at least not at this time, unless she finally does cash in her briefcase. But anyways, this is where we got. That's where both women tried to go for a pin, but they were hesitant. But it's where the Nia Jax kicks out, and I totally forgot this is a tornado tag match, Nia Jax planned it to be, onto the stipulation, which I believe she put herself in the corner when she did so here, because both Naomi and Bailey were planning on working together, trying to take her down, but I believe but at the same time, Bailey and Naomi did the same with them putting themselves in the corner. This is where we got Nia Jackson a headbutt onto Bailey, but this is when Naomi started hitting leg strike kicks until she went right to the right side, trying to go for a flapjack, but she gets go for a face buster, but she gets flapjacked by the irresistible force. Bailey tried to defend her friend and try to hit some strikes onto the irresistible force, but this is where she totally forgot that Nia has a friend of her own, and her name was Tiffany Stratton. That's where Tiffany Stratton had put it right into her shoulders. This is where she was about to hit this annihilating Samoan drop with Tiffany Stratton right on the middle ropes hitting the neck breaker. This is where she thought that she got Bailey right where she wanted her, and she's gonna end it all and her career on SmackDown permanently. But luckily, Bailey kicked out of it at 2.3, where Nia Jackson's that shouldn't have happened. How's that even so? This is where Tiffany Stratton's oh, it don't matter. The match just started anyways. So it doesn't like it's not gonna make much of a difference, like if we end this sooner or later, or even in the middle, like somehow. Uh, we're we're just like we're just gonna keep we're just gonna keep trying. This is where they start doing, like they're trying to keep doing move after move after move, but Bailey keeps kicking out every single time when she get hit with a maneuver until Bailey finally got some offense in, thanks to her friend Naomi coming in and intervening when she got back up. This is where they sent both of their foes right into the ringside area, and then this is where we got it's where then we saw Bailey went for a suicide dive onto Nia Jax, along with Naomi hitting their crossbody dive right onto the irresistible force. This is where it's like, okay, we took her down. Now we need to take care of the Tiffy problem. This is where they threw Tiffany Stratton right back in the ring. This is where Tiffany Stratton to try to go for a clothesline onto Naomi. This is where she was like, okay, I got you down. This is where she tried to do the same with Bailey. She's like, now it's your turn. But this is where Bailey ducked out of it. This is where she got in a position of hitting the back suplex. This is where this is where she didn't hit the suplex, however, until Naomi hits the springboard enziguri kick. But it's where she nearly got it won, but this is where she got nearly betrayed by her meddling, glowing friend Naomi, which she kind of got jealous here, and she was like I thought we wouldn't be thinking. That's what she was like. I thought like we won't be doing this until unless there's one of us that's still standing here. This is where then Bailey was like no, like calm down. Like I promise you, like I was just doing that just to win it for us, not for just me. Like and it's where then but it's where Naomi barely heard exactly what she said because she was looking behind her back. But because Nia Jax came in out of nowhere, she kind of saved her life by pushing her out of the way. She took the bullet of getting hit with the belly tackle by Nia. This is where we got what's her name? Bailey can try to go for a sleeper, but she gets slammed right into the left side. This is where the Naomi hits her with a step up enziguri. Like once she got back up, Bailey and Naomi did work together, double Irish whipping Nia Jax right into the right corner. Hits a double body drop, which I never seen nobody done, not even two women, let alone two women doing it at once. Taking her out in the double team maneuver. Not even when Bailey was teaming with their other friend, which they're on that other company, that's from Jacksonville, I guess you could say. Which I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be bringing this up, but anyway, this is where then Bailey put her face right onto the ropes. This is where she was very fired up. She was like okay, now it's my chance, to win this, and not trying to hurt Naomi's feelings, but I need to win this for my own, so I can win back the title that I lost to her. This is where she tried to go for a running attack move. She did not know what she was going to hit. Massive mistake from the role model, because she gets elbowed right into the middle of the ring. This is where Naomi tried to go for a drop, but she gets leap dropped right into the bottom left side onto the corner of the turnbuckle when Naomi was coming. And when Nia Jax would get ready to hit the but Nia Jax is no, she's in the wrong side. Now I'm talking. This is where she was about to hit the maneuver. But luckily, Bailey was back on her feet. She saved her friend's life. This is where she hits with a chop block. This is where then Naomi got her on the other side with them hitting their respective axe handles right onto the bottom left side corner. That's where they try to go for a double side Russian leg sweep. But this is where Tiffany Stratton then saw the first woman that she could trip over, which it was Bailey. She trips her face first right onto the bottom corner turnbuckle, where Naomi gets hit with a elbow strike by Nia Jax, with Nia Jax trying to go for the annihilation. But this is where she changed her mind. Like turning around, she was facing Naomi, not the turnbuckle in the bottom right side. With Tiffany Stratton try to send Bailey right into the upper right side, but she gets kicked right into the face when she tried to hit a running attack move. She then made a mistake, and then it's where then Bailey. That's where then Bailey and Nia Jax were on both second ropes diagonally. Well, with Nia Jax on the bottom left side, and then we got Bailey on the upper right side with her hitting with Nia Jax in the leg drop right onto Naomi while Bailey hits an elbow right into her friend's back. Like they hit each other's friends with their respective signature moves. This is where they go for a double cutter. But Jessica Carr's like, I wonder who's gonna win this. Like with me counting, like she starts doing the count. But both Naomi and Tiffany Stratton kick out at 2.2, and this is where then Bailey and Nia Jax is like, oh, what a bummer to each other. That's where the Bailey's like, no matter, like, I got you to take care of like that. I believe this was a complete blessing, and this is where she goes for a shin kick, sliding to the face onto Nia, sending her right to the left side. And then this is where we got Bailey. Hit Tiffany Stratton ball, grabbing her right in the back of her head, hit her face first right into the turnbuckle. This is where we got both Bailey and Naomi. Then go for like a double team suplex, but this is where Nia Jax headbutts Bailey and send her right to the left side. This is where Naomi started going for an elbow war right onto Tiffany Stratton right to the bottom left side until Nia Jax came in, tackles her, goes for a sunset flip kind of a jiggy maneuver. This is where Naomi started hitting some right hands right to the face, hits her with a face buster right onto the canvas. This is where we got Naomi with nearly won this if it wasn't for that meddling Tiffy Barbie that she calls herself, the bodybuilding Barbie or whatever. But this is where she got to go for Swanton. But this is where then we got Naomi moving out of the way. This is where Tiffany Stratton accidentally landed right onto Nia Jax. She was like, oh no, like I didn't mean to do this. Like she just moved out of the way. And this is where then Bailey's like, okay, let's finish her off. And yeah, they were rhyming, so they must have been saying the right words or doing the right thing, I guess you could say. This is where they started playing 2-on-1 handicap wrestling tennis on the Tiffany Stratton, where Tiffany Stratton was barely keeping up. This is where then we got Bailey, then Irish whip, or with the help of Naomi, right from the left side to the right side, they get the 1D, I guess you could say, with Naomi was looking like her husband Jimmy, like picking up in the flapjack position, while Bailey was like, like Jey Uso to hit the cutter. This is where they hit the one and done. This is where then we got this is where Nia Jackson attack. What's her name? Naomi right onto the top corner side. Nia Jackson hits the Samoan drop. But luckily, Naomi hits like a rolling foot pin like maneuver. This is where Jessica Carr was like. This is where we got her like flipping her legs over into like a back to the belly pin maneuver, while Bailey then had her in the crucifix roll up. So they were both pinning Nia Jax at the same time, and you all would not believe what happened next. Like Jessica Carr counted the 3 count, and nobody did not know who won. When Nia Jax was even shocked, she was like, "That did not just happen to me." And then it's where then Bailey and Naomi was like, "Okay, like we pinned Nia, we got the win, but who actually got the pin?" With them still stunned, but then with Jessica Carr raising both of their hands, was like, "But who won here? Like it was me or was it Naomi?" And this is where then Jessica Carr's like, "You're asking me, like y'all both were pinning her, so I just suggest that y'all both won." And this is where instead of playing any of these women's theme songs, like WWE then pulled a classic move by playing the SmackDown theme music that features Megan Thee Stallion in it. Well, I should say that has her on there because she's the leading role on the song. But anyway, yeah. But yeah, this is where they did not know what to do. Like, and I was like, gee, I wonder why they started playing that song, like Megan Thee Stallion, Ring a Bell, like, and these girls that happen to be the friends of the one that she's trying to collaborate with, like, or like, yeah, they're playing her song that to the person that these 2 contestants that won this tag team match that are friends with the one that she's collaborating with, which that's very hilarious. What a funny coincidence. Like, but let me know down in the comment section right down below about that. And who do you think that's going to be facing Nia Jax at Bad Blood? Let me know in the comments, which we're going to get into right now with while they're showing the DLC pack, like on who's exactly in it, which features Jay Cargill, Michelle McCool, Lyra Valkyria, Dragon Lee, and others that's in the game. But back to the show. This is where we got. This is where Bailey and Naomi then went right up into Nick Aldis's office and said, "Who won this match?" But before I get into that, we got Chelsea Green decided to volunteer in her local. I guess you could say, in her local. What's that? Trash team decided to voluntarily join the trash team to take out the trash, lift up the trash on the forklift. She started going up and down on there, and with her squatting right onto the with this dummy that with her getting ready for this match because it was confirmed that she will be in a dumpster match with Mia Yim next week on SmackDown, I believe, with her training at her local trash center, I guess you could say, or what's that, dumpster center or whatever place that it was. But this is where she was beating up this dummy that had the face of the picture of Mi Chin. This is where she was making a joke saying "Oh, was that you, Mi Chin, that was making that sound in the dumpster?" Like Mi Chin, I'm coming, with her wearing this very stylish, Barbie inspired, what's that, trash dumpster or construction gear, with her wearing this construction hat, and then this is where she tried to open the trash. This is where she was like, "Oh my God, this was the raccoon," with something was growling at her. This is where she was like Mi Chin, this is you're gonna be paying for that. You are gonna be paying for this. With pretending that if it really is a trash, it really is a very disgusting trash can. This is where she told the cameraman to get out of here. But this is where Michael Cole was very hyped about it. He was even making my mom laugh, with him being very enthusiastic about this match returning on WWE television. He was like, and I don't think it was no, it wasn't next week that it was announced. It was actually 2 weeks, which will be on the Go Home show, SmackDown. So like I said, they have SmackDown ready for matches and other things happening on that show, on the Go Home show. Not only they have everything ready for next week's SmackDown, but also the week after. And then you can see exactly why they're bringing in some viewers and their ticket sales are so much successful. Because they were having something that they want. They're bringing in something what the fans want to watch on programming. And this is where then Michael Cole even gave a demonstration, which I was dying with laughter, which he earns the Goofy Wrestling of the Night award. Which, even though he's not exactly a wrestler, but it still counts. The Goofy Wrestling award still counts with court responders and commentators, and even referees and general managers as well, or even producers that do anything goofy on screen. So he definitely gets the Goofy Wrestling. He did it what Mi Chin could possibly do to Chelsea Green, which I believe she will. She'll go right to the dump. She's literally gonna throw her in the dumpster. But I believe he mean it in a compliment way, because it rhymes with the trash can match that Mi Chin and this little dumpster match that Mi Chin and Chelsea Green are gonna have in 2 weeks' time in their match. But that's where we got but this is where then we got Nick Aldis was like, okay, y'all both this is where then Naomi and Bailey then was asking who gets the match, do I do or no do I do? And this is where Nicholas Aldis was like you don't see what's between the lines, and I thought he was about to just gonna hand them both the match because that was the rules. But it's where it's I got an idea, since y'all both were winners and y'all are technically number one contenders, how about we do next week 1-on-1? It'll be Bailey versus Naomi, and the true winner will become the number one contender in 15 days for the women's championship that Nia Jax possesses. And this is where he's excuse me, I got some other business to handle outside of my office. And then this is where this where then he left, and this where Bailey and Naomi then look face to face at each other because they're gonna have to fight each other in order to get a spot at the women's championship. And let me know in the comments who's exactly going to be winning this match. Do you think it's going to be Naomi or Bailey? Which I think it's going. I was thinking to myself like why not do like it was like that either one could win, but they could somehow they pin each other with both both shoulders right on the ground, and then some kind of a tie happens like with them with the referee start counting the 1, 2, 3, and then what that happened? That means that we're gonna finally see a triple threat match between Bailey and Naomi. It's a possibility there. We're just gonna have to wait and see if that does happen. But yeah, or there could be another option that Nia Jax can come out there and attack them for double pinning her and embarrassing and humiliating her 7 days before. That could be a possibility. But give me your take in the comments, which we're going to probably talk about in the wrestling news tomorrow. But next up, we had the main event of the evening, which is Kevin Owens versus Kevin Owens DIY versus the Bloodline. But unfortunately, before the DIY could come out and their entrance that has that very catchy catchphrase, well, I'm not sure about their theme song is very catchy. I just like the beginning of the intro, like when they say, we are DIY. This is where the Bloodline came up and completely assaulted both Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa in the backstage locker room. And then this is where they came out and Kevin Owens was like, okay, since you did that, like I don't even care like anymore. Like come out here, like I'll fight you by myself anyway, even if Johnny and Tommaso didn't came out. But what the Bloodline did not know that Kevin Owens had backup. But like I don't think even Kevin Owens even know that. But at first there was a 3-on-1 beatdown, and it looked like Kevin Owens was through for, and we're probably not going to be seeing a main event match. Like here comes like the understudies. Well, I'm not sure if I should call them the understudies. I'd say the other top tag team baby faces that came out, and it was none other than the Street Profits because they did the same thing. They attacked them from behind when they had their NXT tag team match against Nathan Frazier and Axiom, which was like back like a week from this past Tuesday, which was 10 days ago to be the exact. That's where then we saw, the Street Profits came in, gave the Bloodline a piece of their mind, where Kevin Owens then hits a cannonball right onto everybody, where Kevin Owens was like, all right, which one of you, with the Street Profits coming in, he was like, and he was thanking Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, like, yeah, thank you, boys, like, yeah, like, I knew I could count on you, like, even though, like, I didn't exactly expect y'all to come out there, but you get what I'm saying, like y'all never let me down. Like when it comes to me in 6-man tag action, like ever since y'all joined the main roster 5 years ago, and this where then you got the 6-man tag team match, and then it started off with I believe with Kevin Owens and Tama Tonga, I believe, or someone like that. No, it was Tonga Loa and Montez Ford actually. Like when Montez Ford was winning on the offense end, like in his tag team match, that's where then. This is where then he tags in Angelo Dawkins. This is where both Street Profits double Irish whip Tonga Loa. This is where Montez Ford go for a sliding dunk while Angelo Dawkins go for a shoulder tackle. This is where he try to go for a pin, but this is where he only got a pin of 2.1. This is where then Angelo Dawkins was like, he was like, okay, like yeah, like go figure. This is where he wrist lock Tonga Loa. Then Kevin Owens hit a underhook right onto the underneath the arm onto left arm of what's the name, Tonga Loa. This is where he also gets hit with a senton. This is where he try to go for a pin, but he only got a 2.2. This is where we got Kevin Owens then hits Tonga Loa face first right onto the turnbuckle. He tags in Montez Ford. This is where then Montez started completely stomping the sugar honey iced tea on the Tonga Loa for being such a perv to Kevin Owens. Well, I'm not sure if I should have said that because of his botched low blow to him. I talk about punching in the I can't say it, but it's where then fans start chanting OTC, but Montez Ford like, why you chanting for Roman Reigns if he's not even out here? Like you're supposed to be like that's the wrong chant. Like no offense to our tribal chief, like you should be chanting we want the smoke. And that's where then he was like, no, like I'm not gonna worry about that right now. That's where he did wrist lock Tamatonga. I mean, not Tongaloa. He'd send him right to the bottom left side, but he gets end up clotheslined by what's his name, Tongaloa, when he bounced right there, trying to be like Randy Orton. This is where he sent him back first right to the turnbuckle. And speaking of the Viper, I don't understand why he wasn't on tonight's SmackDown, like because he just helped out Kevin Owens gets 8 count down under. Like, and speaking of them, they have an excuse because they are getting ready for Fraxium, which is the team of Nathan Frazier and Axiom. But anyways, like I understand why Randy Orton didn't even make at least a cameo appearance on tonight's SmackDown. But yeah, this is where we got Jacob Fatu, then hits an uppercut right onto Montez Ford as soon as he got tagged in by Loa. This is where then we got Jacob Fatu start hitting some right hands right into the face, right onto Montez Ford, start stomping on him right into. Then Jacob Fatu's like, "Yeah, if you got a problem with that," and he's like, "You can end up like them if you step foot in this ring." And then the fans do not try to dare to do so, like even the creepy ones. Yeah, like attacking the wrestlers, which I don't understand what's the reason, what's the accomplishment of that. But anyway, this is where he slammed Montez Ford and he hit his back completely right on the top turnbuckle. I felt sorry for this man. I was like, oh no, like hopefully he's okay after taking such a brutal hit. And this is where he goes for a suplex right after tagging in Tamatonga, which Tamatonga hits a rolling springboard senton off the top. This is where then Jacob Fatu's like, how you like me now? Start doing a wiggling dance like a wiggle worm. This is where then he double axe handled Montez Ford. This is where he started hitting some right axe handles repeatedly right into the chest, trying to cave it in. This is where he goes to the left side, hits the sliding right clothesline. That's where then we got Tamatonga then go for a pinfall, but this is where Montez Ford kicks out of it. This is where then we got Jacob Fatu and Tama then hit the double headbutt right to the head. This is where then he tried to pick up Montez Ford, but he elbow strike him right to the head. This is where then he tried to go for the right side. This is where he tried to go for a clothesline. That's where then he made him did like I'll say not exactly a 180 and 90, I guess you could say. He made it. That's where he tried to go for a running hip attack, but smart move from Montez. He moved out of the way before he could even hit him with the running hip attack right into the face. This is where he lands back first. This is where he started crawling right onto either Angelo Dawkins or Kevin Owens that were both ready for a hot tag because they were grilling on their corners in the apron. This is where then he was like, okay, like I'm gonna do to you, Angelo, like no offense to you, Kevin, like he was the dude that counter out of a what's they call an Irish whip. This where he goes right up on the top. He leap dodges over uppercutted his brother Tongaloa. That's where he spin and splash right onto Jacob Fatu. But that's where Jacob Fatu hit a big headbutt. I don't know how he didn't feel anything after he hit the maneuver onto Angelo. But that's where then Jacob recollects Angelo. This is where he drags him right into the bottom corner side, starts stomping on him like boom, 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 boom. This is where he tried to go for a triple dipping moonsault, which, he would have gotten away with this maneuver if he just completely went for the pin. But, I mean, even if he tried to go for a pin, Kevin Owens would have been there to stop him. He obviously wouldn't stand there. That would be highly illogical, which even Kevin Owens would point that out. He was like I'm not going to let my tag partner be out there hanging and me not doing nothing about it. They don't call me the prize fighter for nothing, and I don't I don't wear these shirts of saying keep fighting like for nothing. Like if I'm not a prize fighter, like let's be logical. But this is where we got the Samoan. This is where we got the Samoan werewolf through Angelo Dawkins right onto the right side. This is where then we got let's see him continuing to do more damages onto the Street Profits member. I'll send him right into the barricade and then right into the announce table until he tagged in Tonga Loa, I believe. No, it was Tama Tonga. It was Tama Tonga. That's who it was. Got him in a headlock, but somehow what's his name? Angelo Dawkins got out of it, but he gets tagged in by Jacob Fatu. That stopped him from tagging in Kevin. This is where then he started getting repeated headbutts by Jacob Fatu. This is where he thought that this would be a guarantee, but it must have been double cursed. And even though it was not Montez Ford that he was trying to do it again, but it still counts. Even if you do it to another team, do it to the other partner, and that's in a tag team match. It still occurs and it counts as what's that, a statistic, in the wrestling match. He's double cursed for him getting intercepted when he gets hit with a step up enziguri. This is where we got Angelo Dawkins staggered himself right on the bottom left. Was trying to get himself up while Jacob Fatu was staggered. This is where he tried to go for a splash, but luckily Angelo Dawkins dodged out of the way. That's where he tried to see who should tag in because Montez Ford got back in and he was very red hot right now. He's like, "Which one I should pick? I'm trying to pick one of you guys." And that's where it was Montez Ford that got tagged in. This is where he got the red hot tag. This is where Kevin Owens was okay, fair enough, because he was close like how Angelo Dawkins was. This is where he gets he enziguri kicks Tama Tonga in. That's where right back inside the ring is where Montez Ford goes for a top rope crossbody frog splash. He hits a right hand. This is where then we got that's where the Montez Ford hits the forearm strikes right to the face. That's where he dodged out of the clothesline. It's we went right to the left side. It's a flying clothesline still standing, like if he was like Randy Orton and John Cena back in 2009. This is where then he was okay, now I got another thing coming. This is where he super kicks to Tama Tonga in the midsection. Got to go for a shin sliding kick right up in the air. This is where they try to kick right in the gut again, but this is where he gets flipped right over Montez Ford. Then flip right up into a perfect backflip. This is where he knee strikes the right-hand man of the bloodline. This is where he goes for a back suplex on the Tama. This is where Montez Ford don't underestimate me because I'll give you a fight of your life. And this is where he hit the standing moonsault, like if he was a male version of his wife, which he kind of is like. But this is where he tried to go for a pin. But this is where we got what's his name? This is where we got Tama Tonga kicking out at 2.8. Montez Ford was like, I obviously saw that coming. This is where then Montez Ford then picks him right up. This is where then he was trying to go for a tag onto his other partner, Kevin Owens. But he was like, all right, Kevin, I'm on my way. Well, unfortunately, this is where he gets pushed right onto by Tama Tonga. This is where he tried to go for a clothesline to follow up with, which I believe he made a big mistake. He should have tagged Kevin Owens sooner, but luckily Montez Ford flipped right out of the back suplex that he tried to plan onto Tama Tonga. He hits a step up enziguri, and this is where then he tags in Kevin Owens. This is where Kevin Owens then went on the outside. He was like, before I worry about Tama, I'm going to worry about his brother Loa and Jacob. This is where he clotheslined his brother Loa. This is where then he went right up on Jacob Fatu. He hits him with a clothesline. This is where he was like, and this is where they look at the fans respond to. It's tell me if anybody like that. This is where fans we did. I guess we did. And that's where I was feeling the same way. At home, saying yeah, that was pretty impressively awesome from the prize fighter. This is where we saw Kevin then hit this running senton onto Jacob Fatu. He got back in the ring, but he went right into the bottom corner apron. This is where he hits a frog splash on the Tonga Loa. He was like, that's for a low blowing me in the ass. And then this is where then he then went right to the bottom left side. This is where then he that's where then he was in the diagonal side on the bottom left side with Tama Tonga in the upper right side. This is where he told him to suck it, and the crutch chop, if he's D-Generation X. He hits a signature cannonball. This is where then he hits his second signature move, which is the Swanton Bomb, which I believe, He hits it right onto the middle of the ring. This is where then he tried to go for a pin. This is where he tried to go. But this is where we got Jacob Fatu to double axe handles him. This is where Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins helped him out, Kevin Owens by clotheslining him out of there because, because he knew that Kevin Owens would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for that meddling werewolf. But yeah, this is where then we got Kevin Owens to go right up on the top rope, trying to go for either a frog splash or a signature. I mean, the frog splash or the swanton, either of his signature moves, either of the two, I should say. But this is where he gets hit with a right hand, and then when he gets hit with right hand to the face onto the Tama Tonga. This is where he try to go for a top rope suplex. Maybe this is the first time, but then again, I don't think this is. And he made a mistake because he totally forgot you cannot suplex Kevin Owens off the top rope. It may have happened once, but it never happened again. You just cannot go for a top rope suplex on the prize fighter. Neither him or the pillow that's on the other company, which is Willow Nightingale. Those two cannot get suplexed off the top rope. It's just impossible. Yeah. But this is where Kevin Owens then turn it around after hitting a couple of right hands to the back. Then he hits a fisherman's pick up Tama Tonga's left leg, I believe, and hits a spinning corkscrew fisherman's suplex right off the top rope. This is where he tried to go for a pin. Referee count of 1, referee count of 2. And he would probably have gotten away with it with a 3 if it wasn't for Tama's meddling, botching brother that came out into the ring and pulling his leg. This is where he was telling him he did not like how he frog splashed him right onto the bottom corner side. This is where then Kevin Owens that's too bad. It's better to be pissed off than pissed on. And this is where then we got he pushes him right onto the right side, onto the ringside area, right off him off the apron. He's I better not catch you trying to punch me right in the backside again. Which I think that was a little inappropriate for me to say that, even though I kind of gave a reference. One of this botch when he tried to low blow him right to the front rather than the back. But that's where the Kevin Owens hits a super. What's that? This is where the Kevin Owens then tell him all right, time for a stunner. This is where fans start chanting, "Awesome! This is awesome!" With Michael Cole's this is indeed awesome. Which I'm probably going to be criticized for not giving it at least the second place spot. God gave it to Bayley and Naomi in their match, which it was a little more intriguing, which it had me tune in on what's going to be happening next week. And I'm very excited for that. But this is where we got Kevin Owens then trying to go for a stunner. We're going to try again, which he gets the guaranteed. That's where then Kevin Owens then going for the cover. That's where we try to go for a pin. But this is where we got But yeah, he gets the guaranteed stunner. He was almost 3, but here we go again. The pervert botcher the botching pervert, let me rephrase that dragged, Kevin Owens' leg out of the ring. And this where we saw but this is where the referee then disqualified Tama Tonga for hitting him face first right in the steel steps, which that didn't make that made no sense. At the same time, you cannot gun for the save for the second time, which that's the rule in wrestling. The same tag team partner, which you'll get disqualified, which that rule does not make any sense. That was 2 + 2 = potatoes, which I'll say, which y'all probably going to be seeing me why I'm giving it the 3rd place spot, because it was the finish, like I said at the beginning of the first video that I made. It did not. What's that? A cannonball? What's that? Senton right onto Jacob Fatu, and he's nobody will mess with my brother's street problems or my other brother Kevin from another mother. And that's where fans we want the smoke, and this is where it's okay, and this is where he was okay, now where's Jacob Fatu? When he saw him, he was gone, but he turned around, but it was too late because Jacob Fatu clobbered him with a clothesline. That's where then he started hitting some axe handles until he threw him right into the bottom bottom right side of the corner. And this is where we got Montez Ford that chooses pick on who's he gonna fight of the bloodline, which was Tongaloa that he was hitting some right hand and then they hit him face first right onto the apron until Jacob Fatu intervened and helped out his cousin. But this where luckily Kevin Owens to try to come in and help out and try to fight off the bloodline. But it was the numbers advantage were getting so much of them being even because they were nearly about to finish off Kevin Owens, and I spoke too soon to spoil the surprise on what I was about to say because it was none other than Cody Rhodes came out with a steel chair. He started hitting both the Tongans right in the midsection with the steel chair, like boom, boom. He was like, "Oh, like you didn't expect me to show up tonight?" Like I always show up every Fridays. Like I don't know about your cousin that you have beef with, which is Roman Reigns, of course. Like I don't know about him, but I managed to show up, like whether if I need to or not. And that's where then he was about to hit him with the chair onto Jacob Fatu. But this is where he gets kicked right off. This is where he ducks out of a clothesline. However, by Jacob, he went to the right side of the corner. He hits the Cody Cutter right face first right into the canvas. This is where Cody Rhodes sent him right off, with them going right back in their locker room. This is where Cody Rhodes like you running now, you didn't expect that there was gonna be a fourth guy to honor up the evens. I expect, but you can always expect the American Nightmare. I don't know about any other guys that are scared of you. But I know, I'm gonna come out here, even if it's not making it fair for you, but y'all would have done the same for us. Like if you had Solo around, this is where the Kevin Owens pick up the steel chair. This is where it looked like he's about to hit him with the steel chair. This is where Cody Rhodes was like, hey, Kevin. This is where Kevin Owens was about to hide it behind his back, but he didn't need to because he turned around like, all right, fans, are you happy to see me tonight? I've never missed an episode. This is where fans are chanting Cody, and half of them are chanting like, watch out, we could possibly see what could be some kind of a betrayal. This is where Cody Rhodes turned around and is like, don't act like I just saw what was about to happen. Kevin Owens was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was just gonna pick up this chair so nobody won't get hurt. And this is where Cody Rhodes was like, oh, okay, I hope that's the case. But not but forget all that. But how about we shake it out again, now that we're all standing up tall, this is where Kevin Owens was looking like he was not so sure if he should shake Cody's hand. Kevin Owens was like, okay, I guess I'll just shake your hand. Why the flub not? This is where they hugged it out. This is where he thanked him for coming out there and caring. Cody Rhodes was like, yeah, always, Kev. I have your back. I have Randy's back. And Randy have your back and my back, and you have Randy's back. And that's where they showed the little credits, some that I've never seen before, until last week when they made the return on the USA Network. And that was the little credits opens, on who produced the show, which it was not just producers, but they showed the names of the backstage producers, including the head director, not the director, but which it showed the producers, the executives, all their names, along with Triple H's name being known as the CCO, which is the Chief Content Officer, he's always been referred to when he's in press conferences. And then this is where they showed the copyright logo, because they showed that WWE SmackDown is about to close out, which it did, and it ended in a very most likely interesting way. And I can see now I can see who could possibly be the downfall of who if Roman and Cody loses in their match at Bad Blood, because it will be none other than the unforgiving Kevin Owens towards Roman Reigns, with him most likely attacking what's his name, Cody Rhodes, because he'll probably explain why exactly he did so, because he's choosing Roman, and you know what he did to him for the last 4 years when he was in that other show. While you were in that other show, not even being a main eventer, trying to elevate the mid-card division, which that's absolutely meaningless. I was trying to fight for that championship that you had in your hand, for the last 4 years of trying to become the Universal Championship. I haven't been 7 years, like for the last 4 years, like trying to fight my way back into the scenes, like against the Bloodline or something like that. But let me know down in the comment section right down below. Do you think that we could possibly see a future heel turn of Kevin Owens, or do you think it will be a bad blood? If it's gonna happen, if it's gonna be happening next month's pay-per-view premium live event of Bad Blood. But I thought SmackDown was really good tonight. Besides, I'll say the surprise roll-ups, like really reusing it like for both feuds, like, but it was not that bad, but still gonna give it a lower rating because of it, along with the finish onto the main event match between the Street Profits and Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline. Like, which it ended in a DQ, even though it didn't seem like a DQ, like even though like